let's do some melodic minor scale practice, which is one thing I like practicing because it has within its harmony, it has a lot of the sounds that we like to use in jazz music, I suppose, harmonically. We have an altered sound, we have a dominant 9 sharp 11 sound, we have major 7 sharp 5 sound, we have obviously the minor major 6 9, minor major 7 sound, minor major 11 sound, all those different sounds that are contained. There's some really other cool things a little bit offbeat. The sus 30 in flat 9, which is a very nice sound. If we were in the key of A, this would be the second mode. That sound. But anyway, what I do is I practice the scale for one octave, get used to the sound of it, learn the notes, learn how to play it on perhaps one string and just maybe in a nice little handy position. So I could do it A, B, C, reciting the notes D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Just think about that on one string, how those intervals lie. Tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. If you really think about that for like 5 minutes, you know, you're internalizing it in a very specific way that's not guitar-y, if you know what I mean, not just like ripping off some as fast as you can scales. Okay, but you could do that eventually as well if that was how you felt music. And then you might play it like this, 3 notes per string, or perhaps a little bit more chord friendly. By that I mean around the chord. And so that's what I would do. I'd just learn all the notes. I'd learn it 2 octaves probably, and then I'd learn how to move around the neck, so that it wasn't so much 1 octave or 1 string or any certain amount of strings or any certain box sort of shapes. Pretty free of that. So I might learn little fragments, which is one thing I like to do. No, and I'm trying to stay free of like just only seeing these sorts of like one shape here and one shape up here around the root, you know, root 5 on the A and root 6 on the E, which is one thing that we can get stuck into, and you can apply this to all scales. Okay, so the next thing we would do is have a look at how we could rhythmically get our phrasing a little bit more interesting, because that's I think where a lot of guitarists fall down, is they don't really look at the rhythmic aspect of things. So I would take the simplest thing that is bearable to practice rhythmically, which is probably the crotchet, and just a nice medium tempo, 80 to 100, play the scale. But you can play it up and down if you wanted to, but you know, anyone can do that. It's not. It's probably a good place to start, but it's not what I'm going to do now. Right now I'm going to try and play melodically, so I'm going to jump around the intervals and stuff, and I'm going to use the scale, and hopefully in an interesting way, and in a way that I feel will say something about the scale, or about how I'm feeling, or my music, my composition, or other people's compositions that I happen to be soloing over, etc., etc. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Resist at the end, but you can see there that I was just playing pretty simple ideas, but focusing on the da dee da da of the crotchet. You could do obviously 8-note exercises, which is probably where I spent most of my time when I was a little younger than I am now, practicing the bebop stuff. Just playing constant. Get bored, so I never played those, but that's how I used to practice, trying to get that bebop thing up. Etc, etc. Just like really focusing on that time, trying to get it nice and even. It wasn't exactly perfect then, but you can sculpt it, obviously. Triplets is another one that I like to practice. Buckety duckety buckety buggada.